are everywhere. There is no escaping their grasp. Whether you like it or not, they will entice you into facing them, only to rip you apart from your very foundation. What are these horrible creatures that I speak of? Trolls.
Pyron senses danger. And now Pyron sees it.
There's no getting around it. Trolls have practically taken over the whole internet. But what about video games? Trolls exist there too? Well, if you've read the title, you'll know that there are at least 10 that I can find, and here I am to relay them to you. Now, to be considered a troll, the character should be someone who psychs you out on a number of occasions and basically kick you while you're down. Also, I'm keeping my play before put rule for this, so sorry, but GLaDOS and Kefka won't be on here. So if you want to know, they'd be around 4 or 5. Also, make sure to check the description if you want to avoid spoilers. So, this is The Wandering Detective, and in memory of Edward Keel, even though I already had this list planned out before his death, this is the top 10 trolls in video games.
Come on, let's play! Dance! Dance! Yeah! Let the party begin!
I was torn between him and Sylvia Christel, but eventually I decided to put Henry from the No More Heroes games at number 10. And can you blame me? In the first game, Henry appears out of nowhere to destroy the number 5 assassin Let's Shake before the fight could even start. And he comes back at the end as the secret final boss, with a flashy instant kill move. And after that, he actually tells you he's your twin brother and that your crush is his wife for no reason whatsoever.
I would have thought you and Claire would have at least expected a twist of fate of some kind!
Shut your Irish mouth. And he even comes back in the next game as a playable character for one fight, and then kills off 3 more opponents for you off screen. If he does all of this, how can he be this low? Well, Henry actually ends up as an ally in the end, and most of his trolling actually helps Travis along his way, so he is lower on the list.
Let the party begin!
Whee! Super Mario Bros. 3! Woohoo! Raccoons! Yeah, this is so much fun! What is this? I don't even... Pile driver micro Goombas. Tiny Goombas that hide in blocks waiting to jump on you. Do I really need to say anything? It's just... blocks, jumping... blocks... just... next number.
Let the party begin!
Choosing one of the Colossi to put on this list wasn't easy. Okay, that's a lie. It's Celosia, the 11th Colossus. There are cheap bosses in Shadow of the Colossus, but none come close to Celosia's standards. If you don't fight him perfectly, he will kill you. When Celosia rams his head into you, Wander takes forever to get back up, and Celosia will just wait for him to start standing up just so he can ram into him again. It is true that Zenobia the 14th Colossus does this too, but I specifically chose Celosia because of something that happened to me when I fought him. I had to escape him to heal up a little health, so I dropped down to the crevice next to the arena, and he actually chased me down there, and ended up chasing me outside where I was supposed to knock him down, and he just killed me. And the worst part, he's incredibly hard, despite being the smallest boss in the game.
Let the party begin!
Finding a troll from Pokemon for this list was tough. So what, you expect blue, right? Nope. Instead, I decided to go with N from Pokemon Black and White. It's amazing that one of the most pure-hearted villains from this series is also the biggest troll from it. First of all, N tries to convince you to actually release your Pokemon, being from Team Plasma. That's not where it ends. He actually reveals to the player that he is the king of Team Plasma. Well, that's odd. What's he done before that's very king-like? So, after you beat the Elite Four and actually builds a castle for himself, by the way, where the heck did that come from and who put it there? It prevents you from fighting the champion Alder. Then he actually captures a legendary Pokemon opposite of yours and fights you with it. And it's 2 levels higher than yours. But you know, as big a troll as he is, and was an awesome character. If only there was a way to have him in the series more. The world is glorious.
Let the party begin!
Oh, Joshua. Joshua. This guy is such a smug little jerk, it just figures that he is as big a troll as he is. Joshua Kiria is your partner for the 2nd week in the game, and he constantly bickers with the main character Neku, who was sent into the Reaper games when he mysteriously died. Well, guess who killed him? Yep, your ally not only killed you, but he also started the Reaper game in the first place. Meaning this pain in the butt is responsible for the whole game. And why did he do this? Because if the worst person in the city could change for the better, so could the whole city. So basically, he killed you and began the entire game because you're a jerk. Next.
Let the party begin!
Number 5 is Tree Man. No. There we go. Quercus Alba from Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. Ignoring the obvious fact that the final boss is a guy that is over twice your age, this guy is one of the most difficult bosses in the series. If you fought him, the reason is literally glued to your brain. Say it with me. Diplomatic immunity. Even after admitting guilt to one crime, Alba constantly uses this to try and lessen his sentence, and just denies his second murder for a long time before your rival Lang comes in telling him it's just been revoked. Then he uses other excuses, like that he knows certain information because he saw it while going to the bathroom. Do you know how long this guy takes to beat? The whole thing takes like at least 2 chapters or something. More people butt in to try and save the day than there are characters in the game. I mean, seriously, even an unnamed forensics officer gets to yell, "Hold it," and this guy still stands. Now that is how to be a troll.
Let the party begin!
Number 4 is, who else? Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid. He breaks the 4th wall and reads your memory card. I mean, who else from this series trolls you as much as he does? Wait, what about the Sorrow from Snake Eater? Yeah, he's a ghost that has one of the weirdest boss fights ever. How you actually win is confusing as heck. So number 4 is the Sorrow. There's also Ocelot with all of his own crap, like the Russian roulette thing and the arm. There's also Vampire and Volgantil nuke thing, and oh god, that stupid Eva escort mission, and Raiden, and you know what? Number 4 is Hideo Kojima, creator of Metal Gear Solid. He's created so much weird crap in his series that it's almost impossible to choose one. So might as well add the one that's responsible for it all. What? It's not cheating. It's not!
Let the party begin!
So, I picked up Minecraft not too long ago, and you know exactly where I'm going with this. Creepers. Just creepers. There's nothing else to say. I mean, the clips speak for themselves. An enemy that exists for the sole reason to blow you and your creations up. They're like terrorist pickle things. It's just creepers.
Let the party begin!
Now wait just a second.
Huh? Did you hear something?
I said wait just a second.
Got to be hearing things.
And that is quite possibly the greatest introduction to any villain ever. Number 2 is Hades from ICarus Uprising. I mean, you saw that, right? After you defeat Medusa, who was built up as the final boss, Hades rips apart the credits and takes over as the main villain of the game. This actually makes the game over twice as long. And not to mention that Hades is fond of speaking to you out of nowhere, usually to taunt you and the goddess Palutena over the course of the game. How could he not be this high up on the list? One level literally takes place inside him after he swallows you whole while fighting him. Though I'll get into that in a later list. I mean, what else can I say? He's a sarcastic jerk who's even campier than the Disney 80s. And he just loves to torment you. And he's awesome. But he isn't number 1. And because I enjoy trolling my viewers, here's a recap before we find out who is.
Hades! 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 Excuse you, but anyway, now it's real!
Number 10, Henry. Number 9, I still don't even. Number 8, Celosia. Number 7, Anne. Number 6, Your Fault for Being a Brat. Number 5, Forcasalva. Number 4, Everything. Number 3, Creepers. And number 2, the Lord of the Campy Underworld himself, Hades.
Was that it? I want to play more!
I just couldn't. I couldn't. I tried to justify in my mind that there was somebody else, but there just isn't. The biggest troll in all of video games is Hazama from Blazblue. Hazama, also known as Yuki Terumi, is just a huge jerk to everybody he meets. He cuts off the main character's arm, makes him believe his brother did it, and then taunts him for it for the rest of his life. He turns people against each other and causes a lot of death. He's responsible for a good chunk of the game's premises. He likes to insult everybody he meets. He has an attack that spans most of the screen. He likes to laugh at your pain. His special mode can sap your health and heal him if you stand too close. He's a kidnapper, an arsonist, a sadist, and an overall homicidal maniac. And the biggest reason he's number 1? He knows you can't win. No matter what you do, Hazama will still be successful in the end. Even if you defeat him with your strongest attack, he'll still carry on with his plans, literally shrugging you and your power off. Even when you get the best ending and defeat him, he is still alive and fully prepared to return, worse than ever. Also, that face. There is just no getting around it. You want to see just how big a troll he is, play the games, because I can't do him justice in this short amount of time. But a man who likes to cause everybody pain and knows he can't be stopped, it's undeniable. Hazama had to be number 1. I am the Wandering Detective. And Edward Keel, this one's for you.
You must excuse me. Guess I went a little crazy there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, oh.